But today my topic is, this month's topic is freedom from fear and error thinking. And today's topic is, if the blind led the blind. So this is nothing, challenging about blind people. It's more blind in consciousness. If you were to follow someone who is blind in consciousness, and I would say if you come to this center, you don't follow me, but you follow our teaching. Because in our classes, and I proclaim this all the time, I may not know the answer, but I know together we can find it. That through the power that lives within each one of us, we will be shown the way. Science of Mind is a philosophy that allows us to bring more order to our lives, to be more conscious of what we are feeding our subjective mind. Positive thoughts attract a positive outcome. It is done unto you as you believe. So if you believe that you're being challenged, or that the world out there is just no good, the universe will always say yes. Let me show you how bad it is. And we've all been down that road, I think, once or twice, had that experience. But if it works that way, it can also work another way. We must never look at an event in our lives as good or bad, but just as an event that has happened, it may be the catalyst for something greater to unfold. Now, while you're walking through it, that's a difficult thing to do. While you're walking through the transition of a loved one or something in your life that emotionally triggers you to feel upset, it's tough to think, oh, this is going to be a blessing, right? But if we can look for the good within it, the good will come forward. It may take a process. There may be a period of time for the good to come forward, but it's always there. We believe in the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature. And this goal is sure to be attained by all. We eventually all get there. This is why we all came to this plane of existence, to know something more. You're like, I didn't choose this. I didn't sign on for this. Well, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You actually signed a contract, a run-of-the-show contract. There's no getting out early, even though you would want to check out early at times. There's really no getting out early. From Living the Science of Mind on page 388, it says, people are prone to say that they are alone, are right, or their system of thought alone is right. They have not yet gotten a clearance back from the fundamental position that God is one, and that every man is an incarnation of the same God. So truly, there's only one of us here. It's all God, expressing as the billions of different sparks of the same light, expressed out into the universe and then coming back together as one, and then expressing out into the universe, coming back together as one. Therefore, intolerance or harshness, unkindness or criticism, coldness and indifference are sometimes projected. But this is one of the tricks that the mind plays on us. When we understand these things, we shall become more tolerant, more kind, and more compassionate, because we shall realize that we are all on the pathway of evolution. We are all on the pathway of evolution. We're all trying to figure it out as we go along, aren't we? Some sooner than others, some quicker than others. But I would say that if you have found yourself into this center, you are on the path. You are looking towards something greater. In the textbook, our Science of Mind textbook, it says the student should take the time every day to see his or her life as he or she wishes it to be seen. To take a mental picture of their ideal. They should pass this picture over to the law and go about their business with a calm assuredness that on the inner side of life, something is taking place. Something is always happening. There should be an ease and a sense of calm. No hurry or worry about this. Just a calm, peaceful sense of reality. Let the law work through and express itself in the experience. See, it's when we do it ourselves that we get into challenge with it. When we think that I've got to figure this out. I can do this. And you can. But it is through the power within you that we access that allows that power to come forward. No person is the ultimate authority on anything. And we can all really live by, all we can all really live by is our own spiritual truth. Whatever you believe the truth is for you. And I'm not going to tell you what to believe. I'm not going to, each one of us has our own idea of what the power is that created us. I'm not going to tell you it has to be this or it shouldn't be that. But whatever it is for you is your business. But I think that we can agree that when we stand before the ocean that we didn't create those waves, or look at the stars, that we didn't create those stars. Something did that. In medical healing, we can receive a diagnosis from a physician and listen to the suggestion for treatment, but it is up to us to decide if we take that treatment or not. When I do an affirmative prayer for someone else or for myself, what I'm remembering is the truth about them or myself, and that I am supported by this universal wholeness that does the healing. I don't do the healing, but it is by means of me that healing can occur, and by you. Practitioner, heal thyself. It is through our awareness that healing can occur, that healing does occur. If we believe that it doesn't, the universe always says, yes, let me show you how it does not work. And then we go, see, this stuff doesn't work because we believe it doesn't. The minute that we believe that it does, the universe gets very busy reorganizing itself to prove you right, because it's done unto us as we believe. Don't just do something because it was handed down to you. So, my story this week about the blind leading the blind is the story that I've told before, so forgive me if you've heard this before. I've been told that I repeat myself quite often, and I would just invite you to look for the similarities rather than the differences. And the story that I have this time is about the daughter who's being taught by her mother to cook the ham, and she says, okay, honey, you get the ham out of the can and you dump all that goopy stuff out and you put it on the table, and then you measure it and you cut off the right 3 inches and you discard that, and then you put it in your pan and you put your seasoning in, and the daughter says, wait, what was that part about cutting off the right 3 inches? Yeah, you measure it and then you cut off the right 3 inches and discard that. And she says, well, why do we do that? She says, well, that's what my mom taught me, and that's what I do, and that's what you will do. And the daughter said, I just want to know why. Oh, we don't, it's not going to come out right if you don't do that. And so she says, well, let's ask Nana, let's call Nana and ask her. And so they call the grandmother, and the grandmother says, well, my pan was only this big, so we had to cut that off so it would fit in the pan properly or it wouldn't cook right. So here the sins of the daughter have been visited by the mother because she said, you just cut that off and discard it. But if we don't know why we do what we do silly things and don't understand it. And this is an interesting story to demonstrate why do we believe what we believe? Why is your favorite color what it is? Why do you believe certain things that you hear on the radio or television? And do you get to decide what makes sense to you? Are you your parents' political party? And this isn't to say it's right or wrong, it's just to check in with what you believe. I was a fan of the Green Bay Packers for a long time, and I've told this story before. I keep telling my stories over again, but it relates. And somebody said to me when I came into this teaching, they said, look at why you believe what you believe. And they're like, look at some of your favorite things. Why do you like the car that you like? Why do you like the teams that you like? And I said, I love the Green Bay Packers. They're my favorite. And they said, why? You're not from Green Bay? And I had to think about that. And my best friend when I was growing up, Stevie Gruber, down the street, was from Wisconsin. And he loved the Green Bay Packers. So I love the Green Bay Packers. And to this day, I love the Green Bay Packers. I have developed that sense of why I love that team. And there are other reasons because of the players, their offensive consciousness. See how we can weed this thing into everything, right? But no, truly, I had to check in with myself and go, do I really like Green Bay because I like Green Bay, or do I like them because my best friend when I grew up liked Green Bay Packers? And for a minute I had to go, I really like the Rams too, because I'm from LA and I always went to Ram games, I can have two favorite teams, can't I? Sure. Sure, I can have two favorite colors. But that's right, I can like them all. Well, and when you get in this teaching, you realize that there's no competition. It kind of takes the sting out of the game, I kind of want to still suspend my disbelief in certain areas, just so I can have that feeling of enjoying my Sunday afternoons. But we need to ask ourselves, why do we believe the faith that we believe? Now, my grandmother was a missionary, and she taught me Christian ways, which were her ways. And she, beautiful, devout Christian woman, teaching her grandson her faith with all her heart. But it wasn't mine. But I took wonderful things out of that. I still believe in Jesus the Christ, the way shower, maybe not in the same way she does, but I believe in something wonderful. When people come to my door, hi, we'd like to know what you believe. And they want to sell me their faith. And I say, look. You believe in God? Oh, yes. I believe in God too. That's all we need to know. No, but if you don't believe in this and this and this, then it's not going to be right. Here's our magazine. I said, wait, I got a magazine too. We can't read yours. I'm like, well, wait. You want me to read your magazine? How about we share? How about we exchange? Oh, no. Have a nice day. But you see, if we just understand why we believe what we believe, because it makes a difference. If you blindly believe something and you don't know why, do some research. Look it up. Google it of why. Google this teaching, please. Look it up. Why do we believe in positive thinking? Because it works. Because it works. There's something to it. So I'm not here to challenge what you believe. I'm here to reinforce why you do believe your favorite color is blue or pink. Because there's a powerful thing in believing why you believe what you believe. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now out of fear and out of desperation and out of challenge. But you know what? If we can look at it all as beautiful prayer requests, that everybody's trying to figure out where we all have similarities. Maybe our differences are coming up to show us where we have similarities. Look for the similarities, not the differences. Do not be fooled by the appearances. Look through to the heart of the love. Look for the love, because it is love that holds us together, not our differences. It's a time for healing, isn't it? It's a time to pull us back together as one human family. We can have differences. That's what makes us all unique. We can celebrate those differences. It's when we start to attack each other because of them that we get into challenge. When you truly believe that there's only God, you will not wrestle against those that think differently. You will embrace them and listen to them, because there's something within yourself that needs to be understood within that. Love is the glue. So, in the blind leading the blind, you wouldn't follow someone who didn't know where they were going to somewhere you wanted to go if they didn't know how to get there. Would you? I mean, we've done it. I've followed people that made U-turns all the time. I've made a couple U-turns myself. But that's how we find out where we really want to go, is going places that don't work sometimes. You know, we go down a street and there's a pothole and we fall in. We go down the street again and we see the pothole and we walk by it. We see the street sign and we choose to not go down that street again. And soon we delete it from our GPS and we go by that street. Because we've been down that road, we know where it goes. But sometimes people have led us down that street and they may do it again. Oh, there's this street with a pothole on it down the way. Come on, follow me. I would make a U-turn right there. So in my summary, and I just want to say that this is from Plato, and he talks about this thing called the cave. And in it, there are people who are chained to a wall, facing away from the sun, so they just see their shadow. All they've ever seen is their shadow on the wall, created by the sun, shining on objects that pass behind them. When one man breaks free and sees the world the way it really is, he comes back to tell the others, but they're suspicious of this new information that goes against their shadowy reality. When we follow others in any belief without deciding for ourselves what is true or valuable to us, whether it be parenting, moral issues, politics, or religion, we are following blindly. As we center in our spirituality, if we are to live genuinely, we must live solely by our own truth, by your own favorite color, by your own favorite football team, whatever that is for you. Don't let anybody pick your team for you. That's your business. But when you do, believe in that team and cheer it on, because we are all winners. And so it is. Okay, it's time for our healing prayer now. So if you'd like to just take a second and let's remember who we are. So I invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness whatever you believe the power is that created you. You can call it anything you want. I know some people call it the Christ consciousness, Jesus, the Christ energy, goddess, spirit, source energy, or whatever it is for you. That's your business. But as we bring it to the forefront of our consciousness and just turn away from whatever challenges we may be working on in life and turn into our source turns into us. And there is a oneness now. There is a unity in remembering that there is a power greater than we are, and we are using it all the time. I may not know what your particular situation is, but I know God knows. And as we introduce God to those situations and see them as perfectly healed, whole, that energetic is now flipped to the on position, and the divine circuits can now flow towards that healing, bringing about exactly whatever is needed in consciousness, in physicality, in love, in creative self-expression, in business, in family, that I know as we break bread this week together as family, I just say a special prayer for love, activating the love of the universe right here and right now in everyone's situation. I say a special prayer for those, anyone, anywhere who has ever asked for prayer, be it typed or verbal or written, or again in the subconscious regions of our mind where we may have said, God, please help me. I know that that power is always on and active and is doing miraculous work right here and right now. So I give great thanks. I give great thanksgiving. Thank you, divine, infinite provider of all things. Thank you, God, for this time, this space, and this place as we turn into the solution, as we turn into the healing. We are healed at depth, and something wonderful and miraculous moves through each one of us in the way that makes sense, is identifiable, and that we can bring into this world that helps others remember who they are. How good it is to know that we know. As we release this word into the living, loving law of mind where it is done unto us as and because we believe. We let it be so by affirming it together by saying, and so it is. Amen.